Hello traders, this is MacBillion. Today is February 6, 2018, and let's talk about the market. So let's start with the S&P. As you can see here, futures are down 1.5%, and today was a really bad day. As you can see here, price break down the Fibonacci 2634 and also the 20 simple moving average, and it's heading now to the 50 simple moving average that it has been support since June 2016 and November 2016. So it looks like there's a lot of support in this area around the 50 simple moving average, which is also the Fibonacci 2475. And you can see here the trend support, which is a very strong support because it's a 2-year support. It started in February 2016, so there is a huge support here. We got an early crossover on DMI. It hasn't been confirmed. Volume today was really low. We have about 6 millions. Friday was 9 million, so it was a very low volume day. But the volatility is back, and that's good news for us. Now we have a couple positions that are calls, and we need to get out of those positions if the market doesn't bounce at these levels, because then the intrinsic value is going to go down because time decay. So let's see what happens. This is time that you need to be relaxed. Don't start looking at the news, because the news are going to tell you that the world is going to end. Just look at the support. Just look at what is happening, and we'll see what's going to happen at the 50 and at this support. If the market break down this trend support in the 50 and this Fibonacci, then I will say the market is broken, and I'm ready to send you all the good ones that you can trade for the bearish market. For now, we're gonna just wait. We're not gonna buy puts right here because it's very close to support. We're just gonna wait. Now let's talk about the Dow Jones. So you look at the Dow Jones. It's also very near this support, Fibonacci 235 in the DIA, and this trend support, which is also a 2-year support. Start right here, and you can see that the volume, it was a lot of volume at this move today, but trend support is still intact, and we need to see if this support is gonna hold. It break down the 20, it break down the 50, so let's see what happens tomorrow. The other one that I'm watching is the small caps, this Russell, and you can tell also is very near trend support, and that trend support is very strong. It has been support for many years. So let's see what happens if it bounce, or if it's gonna break that level to become a bearish market. But for now, we have to respect the support. It's too near the support for us to get bearish. We need to wait. The other one that I'm watching is Wynn Resorts. You can tell right here that it's holding the 50 simple moving average, and it's also support of 126 trend support and Fibonacci support. So I'm gonna wait to see if we break down this low between 160. That's the key number. Between 160, it can go to 150 and then 126. So for now, we need to wait also. It's not clear on DMI who is driving this market at the Wynn Resorts, but for now we have to wait. Key number 160. The other one that we need to talk about is Apple, and you can see Apple break down this trend support, and it's heading to 147, 148, which is it was support and resistance back in May and back in September 2017. For now, it looks bearish, but it has a lot of support at 148, and we need to see there. It's very close to 146, 148. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Netflix, you can see here it made a higher high at 287. It failed to continue, and look at this gap. The top of the gap is 247, and that's the key number. If you break down that support, and it will enter the gap, then this thing is gonna go and close the gap right here at 226, 225. So that's the key number that we need to watch, 247, because we can trade the gap, the close of the gap, very easily if we break down the support 247, and the target will be the 20 simple moving average, or if you close the gap at 225, 226. For now, Netflix is still bullish on DMI, so be very careful about entering bearish on Netflix. This is a monster, and if we bounce right here at 247, this thing is gonna continue and probably break out the 287 and enter the 300 level. Tesla is gonna report in a couple days, so I'm very confident that Tesla right here is out of the T triangle wedge, and I think it's gonna move to 380. That's my target, and still my target. It moved down with the market, but you see that it's holding this area right here between Fibonacci 360 and 327. The 50 simple moving average is very near, which is the 330. So we just have to wait for the report. It's on 2 days, it's Wednesday. So nothing to see, nothing to do on Tesla. Just wait for the report. If the report is bad, then we're gonna go down to this trend support, which is around 314. I don't think if the report is real bad, it's gonna break down that support. But I think my target is still 381, 382. So let's see what happens. Another thing that I wanted to show you is the spike on the VIX. It went 115% up today. The DMI is overextended and the directionals, and you see that the last time it spiked like that was in August 2015. So in the next day it went down, it just went down. So that spikes means that the market is oversold and it's probably gonna go down easily. The spike is gonna go down and the market is gonna continue and bounce nicely to new highs. The other one that I have is Facebook. This one is holding this trend support, huge trend support. So this is a good, if you bounce right here, it's going to be a nice entry. However, DMI is a 16. So this is not one of my favorites to trade with options. But if you can buy the bounce here, buying the stock, it will be nice. I don't think it's going to move very fast. I think it's going to move slowly up because the DMI is very low. And the last one, the spider, you can see here the spider. I entered the spider calls right here when it was at the 50, but it break down like butter. It tanked. And I'm just holding those to see if we can get a relief bounce. Because there's an overextended in the DMI, and the volume spike also tells me that it's going to be a relief bounce. So let's see what happens. For now, the market is still is in the ICU. We need to see what's going on in the next 2 or 3 days because we are ready to enter bearish with a lot of puts if we need to. For now, let's watch these 2 or 3 days to see if what the market does. So this is everything for today. Trade on.